that the captain and those charged sank the boat on purpose. It could be that they have a confession statement that they sabotaged the boat, they cut out things for it to sink, or they try robbing someone out on sea, so they put the boat in such a precarious position.
Now, the inquest can be held back until there's an investigation by the government or the police force or the Director of Public Prosecutions, law enforcement. Secondly, the Commission of Inquiry can carry on, and they can also exchange evidence or use evidence.
Just imagine you lost your loved ones in a wreckage. Incidents and accidents are unforeseen. Things just happen. No one knows the time and place on when they will take.
Me as a Guyanese got to sit down and listen to another radio station in a different country, because me own radio station what we get in Guyana, we can't talk about certain things. When it comes to the government and when they're at fault, we can't talk about certain things because
talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa! Talk the things me comfy, talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me comfy, talk the thing, whoa! Talk the things me comfy, talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worry.
Back the sweet reggae vibes, bring it in a rubber dub style, earn it, that's how me learn it. Life too sweet for me lose it, building bridges never burn it. People, please go and subscribe to Let's Talk the Things TV YouTube channel, hosted by Fire Feelings, aka Mr. Let's Talk the Things, with all news updates, entertainment news, mix up, gossip, in Guyana and around the world. Please go and check it out. Subscribe. Zion Kid said that. Big up.
Neighbors, back in the building, man. How you guys doing, man? Welcome to a fresh upload of a fresh update. Welcome to Upload Part 2. We in the building, man. You know what goes ready. As you see how we start the video, you know where any pot bubbly, you know where they not on the plate, and you definitely know where they're on the menu. So make sure you stick around to the end of the content. Do not move so you can get every little detail that we got for you today. Yes, remember, Bill we billing. I'm going to be saying that shit for a very long time. Bill we billing. 50K by year end. Feel free to give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and put your post notification bell on. Let's kick off the show quick and fast, and definitely we're going to kick it off with an interview with the man called Darren Wayne. Yes, he's an attorney at law in Guyana. Definitely he was on an interview, and he was basically explaining the question that was asked about these guys being arrested and pinned with murder charge. Viewers and subscribers is something that we've been talking about a lot of times over on the show, and this is the same reason why I say sometimes I get tired, because we know for a fact, like I said, we don't have to go to college, we don't have to get 27 subjects. No, it's common sense. Viewers, take a listen to Mr. Wade.
The captain and those charged sank the boat on purpose. It could be that they have a confession statement that they sabotaged the boat, they cut out things for it to sink, or they try robbing someone out on sea, so they put the boat in such a precarious position by carrying out criminal acts. So it could be those are the evidence that the facts that we are unaware of. Outside of that, I cannot see how the charge of murder could stick, these charges could stick. Because it has to be that these men decide that we're going to sink this boat out here tonight. We're going to rob all of these people. We're going to rob these people of their possessions. And in the attempt of in the execution of that robbery, the boat sank.
And then that changes the burden, the standard altogether. Now, there's been a lot of talk, though. There's been a lot of talk about the passenger manifest and that inaccurate manifest. How significant is that inaccurate passenger manifest from a criminal perspective? Could even that alone amount to criminal conduct?
Yes, the issue of the overloading of the boat the issue of manslaughter again, and gross negligence manslaughter, having such a significant armed number that is required, the loading of the vessel also having, because it was not only human it was carrying, it was also carrying goods as well. So one could look at that and question whether or not that is as a result of the overloading or alleged overloading of the ferry resulted in the sinking of the ferry. There's also the issue of the age of the ferry. There's also the issue of whether or not it was in a condition to go on the journey. Those are all questions that that need answering.
Definitely, as you guys just know, heard Mr. Wade with what he's saying. And there's the same thing I said. How could you pin murder on these guys with a captain and his crew that is carrying out orders to move this vessel? You understand? Chacha God, yo, sometimes I ask myself, is what really is they listening to? Me, no? Chacha. Yeah, but you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts. Now we're gonna head it over to Albert Balgany, the same attorney that we show on a previous upload from in the United States. He says he has dealings with Guyana, you know what I mean, and so forth. You know what's going on. It's an attorney. Now he did the first video and he said he was to do a part 2 of the same video pertaining to the pinning of murder, 72 murders on the captains. Viewers, let's listen to the part 2 as we could dissect.
My wonderful brothers and sisters, a good afternoon to you again. This is Albert Baldy, the elected community leader and advocate of the largest Guyana's diaspora outside of Guyana, and who's had years of experience serving as a police prosecutor, a state prosecutor, senior state counsel, magistrate, and very knowledgeable in the criminal law of Guyana. Spent my early part of my career pursuing that, and I've done a lot of these cases, inquests, and things of this nature. So I want to shed some light on what's going on. Now, the inquest can be held back until there's an investigation by the government or the police force or the Director of Public Prosecutions, law enforcement. Secondly, the Commission of Inquiry can carry on and they can also exchange evidence or use evidence. But if one event is going to stymie the other or confuse the other, for example, if you have a Commission of Inquiry and you open it out to have all the witnesses, when you charge a captain and those folks on the staff, they may very well come forward and say, I'm not going to have anything to do with this. I'm exercising my fundamental right to remain silent, not to incriminate myself, as is enshrined in the Guyana Constitution. So that will put a block and a most material and substantive damper on the proceedings. Very wrong move by the Director of Public Prosecutions. A rush to charges of murder, which cannot stand up in the court of law, and hence that is going to hamper the Commission of Inquiry. So we've got to find a way. If you're going to give them immunity or you're going to work with them, but you should not have brought those charges so early. I know that people want answers, but then to just pull a charge on 3 scapegoats like that, it just does not make sense. That is not prosecutors operate. That's not how the rule of law that is supposed to work. That is not how justice is dispensed. A prosecutor is a minister of justice. And for you to grapple 3 of the least connected or the least resourced people and say, well, you're the captain and you're the 2 guys and you all had drugs in the system, it might be grounds for a charge, but certainly not murder. And you're saying, well, okay, we got the people who did this. Then I think you're trying to pull the wool over the Guyanese people's eyes, and it's not going to pass muster because there must be proper investigation. There must be due process of law, whereby you're going to flush out and investigate all these other items. So I hope that the government and the prosecutorial arm, of which the Director of Public Prosecutions has a sole jurisdiction in matters of this nation, should think it much more tactfully. How do we go about finding answers, finding solutions, and making sure that this does not happen again? So the most important question right now is also in addition to the investigation and inquiries, what do we do whilst all of this has been happening? And that is, we have to implement and let the people of Guyana know that we've been taking steps in road, water, air, and other means of transportation with regards to certification, licensure, ability to operate these vehicles, certifications, inspections, fitness, and all these other requirements that are obtained in other countries. You just can't jump in one of these vehicles and just drive and have people's lives in danger and put the public at risk. That's not good practicality. That's not how civilized societies operate, and we got to change that. So towards this end, for brevity, I've put together a list of items that immediate reforms must encompass. And these items are: publish a complete list of passenger vessels, their ages, ownership, inspection dates, maintenance history, insurance status, and license capacities. We got to have insurance also for these vessels, whether it's underwritten by overseas companies. Establish verified digital passenger and crew manifests. Require independent passenger and cargo counts with signed clearance from responsible officers. You can't just dump everything in one and then you got overload. Introduce mandatory weighting, load distribution, and cargo storage controls. Properly provide fitted life jackets for every passenger, including children. Require crew fitness for duty, testing, training, and emergency certification, including drug tests. Install tracking systems, distress beacons, radios, and recording equipment on passenger vessels. Establish properly equipped rescue stations. Conduct regular emergency drills with the Coast Guard, police, health services, regional authorities, and river communities. Create a public compensation assistance program for survivors and bereaved families, and publish your weekly reports. Publish what's going on, what you've done. So lawyers in Guyana, you're invited to look at the Guyana State Liability and Proceedings Act. Guyana State Liability and Proceedings Act. That is where you can get justice for your clients and for those passengers. I urge all of you to do it pro bono. I urge you to help the people of Guyana who need legal representation there. But the state has a liability, unfortunately, in such situations like these, to pay and to justly compensate these folks. Also, there will be criminal charges, but your compensation for the clients and the people of Guyana is on the State Liability Act. And I urge you to look at that very quickly. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all as we try to help those who have suffered, the vulnerable amongst us, and by treatment of whom we will be measured as a country, and by God's grace. Thank you. This is Albert Ballieu signing off. God bless. Bye-bye.
Well, viewers and subscribers, as you just know, the attorney letting you know clear with what's going on. And jeez, come on. By now, everybody's supposed to know what the people I'm saying is factual. They're supposed to know by now. They ain't gonna go around, come around and try for trick people and try for persuade nobody and try for nothing. Is that what I'm showing you? Big woman thing, buddy. Or you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts, definitely. Now, I don't know if you guys can remember the same family members that Muhammad interviewed when they say that how the government dealt with their family, burying them and so forth, and they couldn't take out photographs and videos and so forth of their deceased family to just keep, as you know what I mean, memories. The president threatened them that they would be locked up. Now, I saw the video, but I didn't get it as yet. Today, definitely, we have a Trini reacting to the same situation, or should we say what happened. Viewers, let's take a listen to this.
Just imagine you lost your loved ones in a wreckage. Incidents and accidents are unforeseen. Things just happen. No one knows the time and place on when they will take their final breath. But you, as the family member, facing death in your family on short notice, may not be financially strong. So the government say, here what? We will assist you in the burial of your family members. And this is how they decide to assist you. Take a look at this.
And there's my father and there's my cousin. I really just wanna know what really going on. The people tell me they're blacks, they're everything, what should they bring this thing in a bush? I don't know, the first time I see this thing in whole life, what people do certain thing like this. This thing no is no joking thing, this thing is a serious thing.
So they bring a backhoe, dig a hole, put everybody into it, and cover you like though your name animal. And them say they care for you as government. Them ain't care about nobody but their friends and families. Because I bet my bottom dollar if that was their family members, they would have get a proper send-off.
Well, basically seeing the video there, John know by the video moved me. The video, it moved me to see how they treat them people. Here the Spanish woman, car, she can't even talk proper good English. She said this thing is not no laughing thing. This thing is a serious thing. Serious thing. The woman said she'll never see them in her life. Nobody get treated like that. Are we talking about the dead? They be dead. I tell you, this government rough. I didn't tell them people about what? You know? Anyway, before we jump out here, so final video we gotta bring to you. Let's take a word from our sponsors. Hi guys, do you have a vehicle and feel like you're wasting your money, wasting time, and nothing is getting fixed, nothing is getting solved? I recommend you to go to A&F General Auto Repair Inc. They are located at 5731 Cooper Avenue, Glendale, Queens. And their telephone number to contact is 347-844-9333 or 347-357-8723. Definitely, guys. Or you could contact 646-972-8828. They are the best auto mechanic. Check them out now.
As a Guyanese, gotta sit down and listen to another radio station in a different country. Because me own radio station, what we get in Guyana, we can't talk about certain things. When it comes to the government and when they're at fault, we can't talk about certain things because you know why? The owners of the radio station, the workers, and all these people, they're not allowed, right? They're allowed, it's freedom of speech, but they just won't say certain things on their radio station because you know why? They're good friends with government ministers, officials, and all these people, right? Very close friends. So when they want a favor, you understand, or they want anything to be done, not favor, even if they're paying their money, they get it at a discounted prices more than the normal and average person would get it for. You understand? A lot of things they would get access to that the normal individual like me, you won't get access to. So when it comes to tragic incident and anything involving the government, you won't hear it from our local radio station. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. The most you get from them is a 2-line news update, a news flash, because you know they just put in the daily schedule as a part of the show or whatever, right? But to talk about, I don't think the captain should be arrested. It is wrong, and yes, this minister should resign or this person should go. You know, when the government at fault, they need to take responsibility. No, you won't hear it from the radio stations. You know why? Because the friends and family listening, people listening to them at all time. So you know when they talk certain things, it's cut off. You understand? How you could say this about we support you in this, we help you with the, we radio station different. You understand? Once you was a part with the government and you and them as friends and we know that they show we broad it out, they're broad as daylight. You understand? If you hear how them praise them, right? Like the old saying say, it's not who you know, it's who know you. That true saying. They said the current government before wasn't doing nothing for them, so they just praise them. You know who is here the raw truth from? Influencers like myself, other influencers, people who are not attached to the government, you understand, and could say what they want to say freely because, you know, they're not a part of the government, they're not collecting anything from the government, you understand? People like myself, but once you attached or you're working with the government, you better not say nothing bad about the government because you go scope, right? So I don't think we really have a freedom of speech. I don't really think we could say what we want to say in Guyana, in we country, you understand, without being victimized by the government. And everybody is scared, right? Most people are scared to even talk about it. We get enough wrongdoing has happened, a lot of wrongdoing. You think it's just the MV Barim alone. That was the biggest one that happened, but there's a lot of stuff that going on. People just afraid to come out and say. Yeah, so once he is with the government, you're a government official, you're friends with the government, don't say nothing bad about them because you boost coke. Anyway, guys, this clip that I'm about to play, most of you probably already seen it. Yeah, some of it's just to show that, you know me, I gotta listen this from another radio station or another show in a different country because it's only influencers you would hear these kind of open discussions and, you know, talk about when the government is wrong, because our local stations and people who affiliate with the government, you wouldn't hear these type of stuff. So most of you probably see the show already. I'm going to just, play. But before I go, somebody messaged me yesterday and they said, my family works with the government. And she talked about that Barima MV incident and they laid her off. But she's going to come out and she's going to talk. But I don't want to give too much, but I'm going to put the message right here or here so you guys could see and read it for yourself. Not tell like people is send me stuff. You understand? And it's shame. People don't want to come out and say certain things. We need our own freedom, not because... Let me correct myself. It's not her family, it's her colleague, right? So somebody that she would normally work with, somebody at her workplace, which is a government agency, right? We ain't calling no name, but just read the message. Anyway, guys, this clip that I'm about to play, most of you probably already seen it. Yeah, it's just to show that, you know me, I gotta listen this from another radio station or another show in a different country, because it's only influencers you would hear these kind of open discussions and talk about when the government is wrong, because our local stations and people who affiliate with the government, you wouldn't hear these type of stuff. So most of you probably see the show already. I'm going to just play. But before I go, somebody messaged me yesterday and they said, my family works with the government, and she talked about that Barima MV incident and they laid her off. But she's going to come out and she's going to talk. But I don't want to give too much, but I'm going to put the message right here or here so you guys could see and read it for yourself. Not tell like people is send me stuff. You understand? And it's shame. People don't want to come out and say certain things. We need our own freedom, not because someone is attached to a government ministry or works with the government doesn't, give them a chance to be silent. What if that person... Somebody on that boat was her family and she wanted to speak out about it? You gotta silence her for that. Or punish her, as I should say, because you take away her job. You take away her job because she talked about something, that's publicly known to the public. And it's all over social media, all over the world. And you laid her off. Government.
You made me. I see. You made me. You. Carol Nesta Budu Singh.
Why do?
You made me
get him middle name, boy.
dig deep into that situation in Guyana.
Yeah, boy.
You are the one who
heavy,
no,
boy.
I know it heavy. I know it heavy.
I can't hold back, eh?
I know it heavy.
I cannot hold back. It is close to my heart.
The truth is, when I really started analyze some of the videos and some of the stories coming out of what took place with the boat.
Yeah.
Right? What's the name of the boat again? The
Barima. MV Barima.
MV Barima.
I think so. Let me make sure.
What I saw, what I heard, and what I read had my heart in a twist yesterday.
Yeah, boy.
That I just couldn't, and to know that this is
MV Barima.
To think that this is our neighbors, who is like our family, our extended family.
That we brothers and sisters,
yeah,
bro.
That's craziness.
My favorite doubles is Guyanese.
And I told myself that it had to be poor people on that boat. I just died.
Come on.
Because without even you make me dig it. And when
rich people are the one boat.
I say, bro. So the death toll right now is, I think, 73.
And they're charging Capitan with everything.
When I see Captain balling yesterday, boy. When I see Captain balling, I understand.
2 murder charge.
I understand that somebody had to be held liable.
Well,
right?
and in maritime law, anything happen with our ship is the captain does.
Okay.
That whole thing, the captain does go down with the ship. That's more literal than we think.
Okay, fair. However, it could never be the captain.
The setup captain to fail.
Could never be. Because captain is doing his job.
Yeah.
And if captain say, I not sailing this boat no more because this boat not fit for the ocean.
Well, stand your ground.
Nobody gone home.
But stand your ground.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, we had to do trumpet.
Trumpet is alright, stand your ground because you're saying you have family to provide for, right?
Who go and provide for them now?
Great point.
It
don't matter, Trumpet, it don't matter.
I hear you,
it can't bend based on I understand that because I walk light in it because it's so emotional because it's watch how normal we get so nonchalant when it comes to that.
Look how we just
like that
boy.
is something big in the Caribbean where that is not
one of the biggest Caribbean tragedies of our lifetime.
Trumpet, look how Guyana stand up in terms of
business as usual.
But here when I know it is who have more corn would feed more fowl, right? Watch how they dealt with the owner of the hotel.
Right. My mind went back
right
there.
And just they cover up that for months up to now.
Up to now,
right?
Up to now, they
right?
trying to paint that girl die and
right?
dies it.
So it goes to show
Yes,
power.
boy. Yes,
It-
boy.
it's just
Power
a-
play.
And that is where my problem lies.
Yeah.
And that, remember the
But the
conversation
power-
we
yeah,
had
but
on
the
Monday?
power supposed to be with the people.
The power is not in the,
The power,
people.
yes, the power is with us to get them there.
But we exactly, and then
And that's
after
all.
the day, that's it. We
That's
lose
all,
all
that's
the
all.
power, and that's my
So-
problem.
So and then we'll get back power again to get them back there or get somebody else there.
The only time we could get back that power is if we get violent, and I'm not
No, but you can't- you
inciting
can't-
violence.
But the
You
situation,
understand?
but the
But
one
that's
that
the only thing that's make them stop and
situation
listen.
that Elon touched on with the hotel and the girl,
Yeah.
right, who died in the pool. You realize that they burned down the hotel, well,
Yeah.
the burned part of the hotel and all of that.
Yes,
and that's the
Trumpet.
only reason why
They were so active on it.
everybody now started to activate. As far as so that's the only thing we could do, boy. So we can't be civilized then.
Trumpet, my thing is, all right, if you're going to charge Capitan, because that's how maritime law is, it hard, but okay. I could understand Elon's point.
who is the minister?
He should have stayed on the show.
All right, who is the
But
minister?
all them line ministers had
Everybody
to go
had to go.
to.
Everybody
You
had to
can't
go.
tell me you getting to
Everybody
go
had
to
to
work
go.
every day and today the
Never
29th, your pay hitting the bank normal
never be, boy.
and it's functioning normal. You can't tell me that.
And it had another vessel that they
Buy
purchased
another
and
vessel
they-
3 years now, and that
No,
vessel
no,
just
no,
there.
okay,
They
okay.
throw a party on the vessel.
Okay.
Rumor has it the same man who they blaming for this in power. Throw a party on the vessel.
Okay, all right.
You understand?
All right, but Captain had to get locked up.
But Captain had to get locked up.
Okay,
This is
okay.
my problem in the Caribbean, right? Beyond Trinidad and Tobago. When the government messes up, there is no ramification, there is no thing that the public could do to hold them accountable. You just have to
Could
take that
never
in
be.
your
You
pipe
just
and
had to
smoke
take
it.
it.
Trumpet, I tell you to open this open simple
All right,
time.
all right.
Trumpet, it have a man.
Start
It
again.
have a man. No, we're going. It have a man, Trumpet. The man lost 4 family members.
Yeah, boy.
4.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
You understand? He lost his wife and his 3 children. If you hear that, Father Ball, Father Lord.
That's the one who get companies, who get some money or
It
something.
have a next man who
Oh,
also
another
lost 4
one.
or 5.
And they gave them
Rumor
what?
has it they gave he 600,000 Guyanese. That is 19,000 TT. First thing first, why are you trying to pay me for my dead ones?
No, I'm trying to pay you to hush.
And then when all of that coming out allegedly Trumpet, nothing happening about that. But you have one Patek Philippe on your hand.
Yeah, boy.
And
That's
Cosin, you understand what I'm
craziness, boy.
saying?
That's
Cosin
craziness,
$200,000 wristwatch.
I
And your
listen.
boat sinking in the big blue sea. Trumpet, a engine fall and hit a baby,
Yeah,
you know.
boy. Yeah, boy. Hit the baby out of granny hand.
Good morning. That boat was 87 years old. Captain would have sailed the day before. He would have sailed the day after. Some passengers said there was a big wave that hit them. Some said it felt like something under the ground hit them. So it was just an accident. Captain would have been going the next day if they had made
If
it
it
to
didn't
shore
happen.
safely.
Yeah, we
the
would have.
government needs to be blamed for that old boat transporting those people.
Yes.
And you know, the funny thing about it is when they mentioned that the water accustomed being by their feet, so it's not it didn't raise any alarms because that's something that they accustomed
That is
to.
insane.
That is crazy, bro. That
Especially in a Caribbean country, I understand the money will be hit the bank yet. That real hurt. But I also had to sympathize with Trumpet when they describe the scenario of that sinking of that vessel. The kind of things they describing is people sleeping in hammock.
they seen the
Cargo
next to
over on
the
top
ship.
of you.
Yeah. Cargo
Cargo
luggage,
below,
everything. So thing just pelting. So
Is where you say thing hit small man and small man start to bleed out.
yeah, when they say they're
don't
calling
want to
him,
be too
they're calling him. He was a nephew to the mother who was speaking, right? And she said, how they describe it is when it hit, let's call him Fatso, that's his nickname. When it hit Fatso and they saw the blood, they realized, well, we can't even bother to
Can't
try to
save
save
Fatso.
Fatso. Or Fatso done gone, they say.
Jeez, and ages, Trumpet. Trumpet, look at this. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned on June 22nd, 2026. I hope I pronounced the man name properly. Driven by plunging public approval, heavy local election losses, and a severe revolt from within the Labour Party. Right? They're saying he made unpopular decisions such as trimming universal winter fuel payments and proposing welfare and disability budget cuts damage public trust, Trumpet. Public trust.
And he was forced to resign.
And the public forced him to resign.
He was forced to resign, right?
Trumpet, a politician in Trinidad and Tobago, could do the most dire things while in government.
And
And there will be no forcing, no resigning, no nothing.
No nothing.
All you could do is wait 5 years to vote them out. That is insane.
That is crazy, bro.
Especially in a Caribbean country, I understand the money will be hit the bank yet. You understand? But the kind of oil, guys, the kind of oil that Guyana has found makes the oil that Trinidad and Tobago is producing right now look like a mustard seed next to a mountain, you know. That is the kind of riches them have coming in the way, you know, Trumpet. And the sad reality of it is the Guyanese people balling. Guyana is not going to change. The only change is going to happen is the people in power is going to have more change in the bank account.
Well, viewers and subscribers, as you just now hear the Trini them talking about the whole situation. And y'all listen carefully what these guys them saying. That's to show you that what we are saying as Guyanese is definitely on point, because if other persons on the outskirt could see what we saying and saying these things, now the last part is what catch me. The man said the aisle where we get in is Trini Isle is joke to where we get in. You hear the man say that? It's joke. This will show the type of money we supposed to get in, but whoever said this fucking, excuse my language, whoever said this thing, just mess up everything. But we know the government getting real money. So why just keep begging or keep asking for more money? Everybody feeling it, and I know for a fact, when the thing reach in court, the man ain't going to jail for no murder body. They can't put murder upon the man. Anytime them laying that happen, it's because they control the court system and everything they control. But everybody talking from the outskirts saying that murder charge pinned to those guys is bullet, is zero. It ain't supposed to happen. It's wrong, and it cannot win. But you leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts. Anyway, this is probably going to pull the curtains on. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. Like I said, if you watch the video so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button. Put your post notification bell on. Run up the likes on this one is to give us a hype. I understand? More you give us a hype, you don't know the video reach out there to more persons. Once again, follow us on all social media platforms. The links is in the description. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We out.